not connected with each other. But then, if you, at the end, you, you, yeah. So the whole sound is discordant and things are not really going well. So I'll start. And it is my firm belief that whenever we start speaking of China, we should start with politics. Politics is the first thing which we have to touch on. But having said that, what are the issues involved? We're going to talk of politics itself, how the Iran war is affecting China. That's a very important question. Then we're going to see a strange military decline which is happening in China. We've heard about generals getting sacked. What about others? The EV bubble. And there are a whole lot of disjointed disturbances which are happening. All of them are not, there's no thread through this except probably politics. And we'll start with politics, because understanding this political phenomenon, the latest update in politics, is the key to understanding what's happening in China always. As I say, look at the politics of China and everything else falls in place. So I start at the politics. Okay, now the thing is this. We know that politically China has been going through a lot of issues throughout last year. Xi has been unwell. He is not able to consolidate the hold over his party. There's a Hu Jintao faction with Wen Jiabao, and there is Zhang Yubjia faction. Zhang Yubjia has been canned, all that. But what's so great about all this, which today? Is this still playing out? Yes, it is somewhere at some level. For the past in the past 1 week, this lady, Lee's Real Talk, she's put out 3 videos on this photograph, which is the insect here, this one. This is Wen Jiabao. Okay. Now, Wen Jiabao was the prime minister under Hu Jintao. He and Hu Jintao are supposed to be opposite or against Xi Jinping. That's the lineup between the two. Now, what happens is, say sometime last week, I don't know when, this fellow comes out. He's a retired elder. He retired 24 years back. He's about 88 years old, or 86 or 87 years old. So he comes on the streets. He goes to a place for a function. Now, as a visit, proper visit, when he comes out, the whole crowd starts waving to him. He waves around, stands there, poses, and goes. All official. But in China, retired elders are not supposed to do that. They're supposed to be in the background. They don't come out. They don't come out posturing in public. Now, that itself sets, the political guys in China wagging. They're worried. What's happening? And incidentally, this happened at a time when Xi Jinping was not in Beijing, but he had gone to Xiong'an. What is Xiong'an? It is Xi's folly, a city which is building from scratch, just about 100 kilometers away from Beijing. So he went there on an inspection, and this fellow comes out in the open in Beijing. And every China watcher is talking about it. And this lady, she's spoken about it thrice already. Today afternoon, when I was going for a walk, and I saw again she's speaking about it. I said, look, there must be something very serious. And it is, especially he being out, from the opposition. And there's a video on this which is going around. I couldn't get my hands on it, but I saw it somewhere, where the crowd is cheering him as he comes out. And he keeps waving around as if, and then he gets into a car official and goes off. That won't gel well with Xi Jinping. Okay. It's not only that. The question is then, is Xi Jinping politically under threat? This is the question. Of course, he's under threat. But how much? You know, when unlike Trump, who's been going all round, or Mr. Modi, who went to you know Israel just before this war started 1 month back, and before that he went wherever he had to go. Okay, and Mr. Trump has been going all round. I don't know from where all he speaks. Or for that matter, many other leaders. Xi Jinping has not left Beijing, or rather China, from April, May last year. The last time he left mainland China was in May 25, nearly a year back, in April, uh, when he went to Hong Kong. Before that, I think he went to Kazakhstan or somewhere. He's not going out. Why does it? Why will an authoritarian leader not go out? He will not go out if he is not well, or he is under threat. One of the two, which is the truth. In either cases, his political, hold us down. He didn't leave Beijing for over 133 days. He went on 23rd March to Xiong'an. What for? His folly. He's building a city up from scratch. It's a ghost town. He's building a ghost town. No one wants to go there. He went to inspect it and came back. And when he went in a bullet train and came back in a bullet train, so that he can't be interfered with. No one can take a pot shot at his aircraft. No one can. He didn't go in a car also. Bullet train is all, encapsulated. So he went in that and came back in that. Before that, last year in July 25, he went to Shanxi, and August he went to Lhasa. After that, he's not gone outside Beijing. Just think. From August 25, this gentleman has not left Beijing. So there are deep problems. And very interestingly, his last face-to-face interaction with troops, Z's, was in his visit to Northern Theatre Command late January 25, not this last year. When he traveled to headquarters in Shenyang and Liaoning province and interacted at Yewo. Before that, every 2 months, every month, he used to go in a unit. Somewhere, some shipyard, some factory, some unit, and missile unit, some headquarter, and talk. Prepare for war, do this, do that. But from January 25, he has not gone and visited one unit. His all his interaction with this MPLA are through video link. And even now, the only face-to-face interaction he had was in these 2 sessions last month, which was running as the Iran war started. And there also he spoke to them, addressed them, and walked off. He never interacted with them. So you have a president, the Chinese president, who's just not interacting with China or the outside world or his army. And you have an ex-prime minister who's come in posturing outside Beijing when this chap is away. Obviously, the politics in China are in a very, 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 very poor state. So, if your internal politics are bad, how will you think of going into Iran and doing anything? And that too, when you don't have the confidence of PLA. PLA doesn't have confidence in you. It's just not that I have confidence in my army. The army should also have confidence in me. And especially when all your military commanders are sacked. Not many have been replaced. So far, no. In fact, there's no replacement for Zhang Yuji and that Liu Xinli. The military commission is still one-man show with him and that Zheng Zemin. So you see that this problem is deep, and this is my primary cause why China is misfiring in the Iran war. Just get that straight.